Everybody, welcome back. Surprise here with another episode of Surprise Radio. Today I have Post Profit with me. Thank you so much for joining me, guys.
Thank you for having us, man.
Stoked to be here, man.
These guys were cool enough to do a little interview with me, and I thought the best thing to do is to let them introduce themselves to all of you. So do you mind introducing yourselves?
Yeah. I'm Matt Jackson. I play vocals and sing bass. Not even close.
You want to try that again, man?
Let's try it again.
Play vocals, eh?
Play
Oh
vocals
no, we're not doing that again. We're leaving that shit in.
I sing and play guitar.
And I'm Nick. I play guitar and I sometimes sing.
Sweep the ceiling with his hair.
Yeah, I headbang. I'm a professional headbanger in Post Profit.
Yeah, that's a good job to have. Actually, I was that for a while, but injuries made me have to retire. So
it takes a lot out of you.
You got to be careful. There is a proper way to headbang, and there's an improper way to headbang. If you do it wrong, get what they call a bangover.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where your neck is just really hurting badly the next day. And yeah, between sleeping in weird positions and then banging your head, take a real toll on the neck.
Big toll on the neck.
Big toll on the neck.
Big toll.
yeah, I'll actually tell a funny story about myself. The way that I have the name Surprise is me and all my friends were knights. We would knight each other silly names like Sirloin Steak and Saran Wrap, and I'm Surprise.
Sirloin Steak.
The way that we would knight each other is we would headbang to the Nirvana song Tourette's, the whole song. So
yeah,
I actually do have an injury from headbanging every time the song came on. If you were a knight, you had to headbang.
So, oh my god, that's fantastic.
Hey, it is great. So
builds
I definitely feel that.
Bones.
Like, we really appreciate the wordplay. So
yeah,
that's cool.
That's our shit.
Yeah. That's actually
we used a lot of wordplay on the EP, just song titles.
Yeah, you did. You did. I actually wanted to talk about the new EP. So tell me some of the stuff that went into making this, some of your inspirations and ideas.
Man, it's hard to say. This is always the hardest question because we listen to so much different stuff, but
so many things.
I mean, I would say personally, my main inspiration, just knowing, like, just getting to work with Machine and just, as far as the writing and influences that went into writing, it's just hard to say. We listen to so much different stuff, but we definitely wanted to go a little bit heavier, a little bit more energy, bouncier kind of songs that have that energy live. We wanted to try to capture that in with the EP, and just we really tried to hone in on that groove and the heavy riffs, and working with Machine. He
took it to the next level.
Yeah, sure. He wrapped it up and put a bow on top, and it was great working with him and being able to kind of start to change our sound a little bit. I think that was really driving us. Just, it's like, what do we want to do? What do we want to do next? Because it's kind of hard coming freshly out of a full length and then
going into the EP.
Yeah, just trying to be in the mindset of, are we gonna write another full length, or are we gonna do an EP? And I think once we decided, it's like, okay, we know this is gonna be an EP, short, sweet, to the point. And I think once we kind of decided that also helped us with our writing and trying to be, I don't know,
punctual.
Yeah, punctual and poignant with the songs, like not dragging on too long, and just trying to fit all that energy into like 2 to 3 minutes. That was kind of fun. That was the cool part.
Yeah, the cool fun part. And I guess say it was a challenge.
It was
challenge. Yeah, it was kind of a challenge, but it was one that we wanted to accept, just because we wanted to push ourselves to be able to do that and not limit ourselves to writing long songs.
And I would say overall, we did some cool production stuff on the EP, but songwriting is a lot more straightforward.
Mhm.
So whatever we were listening to at the time, I don't know.
I can't even pinpoint because we were listening to so much stuff, and it's even right now like the same thing. We're listening to so much like music. So at first, when you look at it, it's a little bit hard to digest at first, and then once you just kind of start chipping away at it, then you kind of figure out like as far as sound and all the little elements, and even going back to our first record and seeing what some of the highlights were off of that and just kind of expanding on that.
For sure.
Who writes the lyrics?
Me and Matt write pretty much all the lyrics.
Yeah. We'll literally sit in a room and like play the song and just hash it out. And
or be in the van or wherever. And
van, yeah.
We kind of sometimes it's different. We have different ways. Sometimes we'll each have these parts that we've been writing that's like, hey, we should, maybe we should do a song about using this or like using these lines or like. So yeah, we get together, we take our phones out with our notes, our notepad on our phone, and just go to town.
Sometimes it'll be just phrases that were like coming along that make no sense, just for melody lines, and we'll just kind of go off of that. Sometimes those end up making
the
record.
Trying to. I think there's a word for this, and I forget it, but just kind of like mouthing the sounds out, like whenever we're working on harmony ideas or melody ideas, just like mouthing the sounds out, and then like sometimes it's like, oh, it kind of sounds like you're saying this or whatever. You take that and you just like mold it into something that fits with the idea.
Yeah,
I don't know. Lyrics are a fun part. It's always kind of a hard part though too. Just I know every band's different, but Post Profit, we usually like we may have lyrics like already written like off to the side, but usually whenever we're working on a song, we get all the instrumentals done, and then we go in with the vocals and lyric ideas and everything. But
just trying to imagine it with the instruments first.
Yeah,
I feel like that's our way of kind of ushering in the melody and vocals.
Yeah,
to where they end up matching the intensity of the song, or even having the song kind of drive where the vocals are going to go.
So, yeah, or maybe just having a vocal idea and then trying to write something that works with that idea.
Yeah,
I know that was a lot of
lyrics.
I know that Metallica, when they were writing, would do that a little bit. They would kind of sing the na 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 to what they were going to say. So that's cool. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you're good.
No, I mean, hey, it's like whatever works to get the song done.
Whatever works.
And I mean, a lot of ideas come out of that. Like it's like phonetically, I don't know. There's a term for it, but yeah.
Do you
I think a lot of it is also like,
I was just going to ask if there was any lyrics that you wrote that you were specific or particularly proud of, or that hit home for you, or something that, or even just a guitar riff or something, but especially the lyric part. That's why I was asking.
Lyric wise, there's a few lines on there that I'm pretty happy about. One that I said earlier today was it's all been planned, but don't call me cynical. I feel like that really just was one of them clever lines that we came up with to like, we're about the wordplay, the cleverness, and just it fit with the style of the song as far as like where it was going vocally. So I think that line really popped out. There's a few more in there though.
Yeah. Too Toxic. Just the lyrics on Too Toxic. Me and Matt, we wrote that one in like an hour or so.
An hour, yeah.
And it just felt right. It came together, and there's a number of songs on the EP that lyrically they're like, it's like a gut puncher, just Keep Your Excuses to me is probably
that's the gut puncher song for me.
That's just like
just dive on in, won't you please, and I can clip your fucking wings. Like,
yeah,
that was one of those kind of like, I view that song as like the nail in the coffin. So it was just kind of like bringing its way in as far as like just the progression throughout the song. I felt like it got more intense lyrically just because it was way more defined.
And it's funny because there's a lyric that's keep your excuses far from me, and at the end of the song we change it. Most people probably wouldn't even
Realize
notice
it,
it,
yeah.
but it says keep your existence far from me. And Machine asked us about that. He was like, "You sure you guys want to do that?" And we're like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because then that's like the final bit. So it's like
It was the final statement.
just to like rip your guts out one last time.
Yeah.
It's like,
And it's the last
And
song
that's
on the
correct.
EP too, right?
the last song.
Last
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
EP.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
really
know.
really fitting, I feel like.
We went through a lot in the process of working on the EP and afterwards and up until now.
Yeah.
So
It's never stopped. Life has given us a lot of things to write about.
yeah,
So thanks, life, for giving us things to write about.
and yeah, definitely, I think that heaviness in real life is going to be showing, and I think it shows already in the EP, but in that and a lot of the stuff that will come hereafter, you know.
Yeah.
Y'all have a favorite song to sing or play live or just at all?
Off the EP, we have a few, honestly. It's really hard to pick, but I think out of all of them, my favorite would be Kamikaze. That's been the one, that's been the song in the set where it's like no matter if it's a good set or a bad set, it literally, that song changes the course. So
That song is like, yeah, that's the one that I feel like wakes the crowd up, no matter if they're being a boring crowd or if they're not being an interactive crowd. Whenever Kamikaze, like when it kicks in, definitely see some movement happening and see people start to get into it some more.
we've had some of the deadest shows until we've gotten to that song, and then for some reason like just a new sense of life comes out, which it's cool to see in real time because it's like, you know, I could talk and bitch at the crowd the whole time, and then next thing you know, when that song comes in, I really don't have to say anything because they already know what to do. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Cancer culture is really fun too.
Yeah, that one everybody gets jumping and everything.
Yeah.
That's one of the songs that we felt like we needed, was like a jumping song just for everybody, like just high octane energy.
The EP, just all of the songs have that, a lot more of that energy, whereas I think our first album, the full length, has a lot more vibey moments, but you know, I think we still managed to capture some of the vibe along with that. But definitely, just we want to see the crowds going crazy. We want to see people crowd surfing, stage diving, moshing within reason. You know,
Yeah.
that's what we live for. That's what we like to do when we go to shows, and maybe not so much anymore as we used to whenever we were.
Yeah, but we like to watch
Younger.
it still. We definitely like to watch
We like
it
to
still.
cause it.
We like to cause it. We like to plant the bomb and then walk away.
So y'all
It
were
works.
talking about dead shows, and it reminds me. So we're gonna go back a little bit. Speaking of which, how long have y'all been together?
It'd be a little over 6 years, almost 6.5 years.
Yeah, about six and a half ish.
Yeah.
And I know at your shows you say that Same Sad Song was your first song.
Yeah.
So that
That's the first song we put out.
that video's gone. It's not on YouTube anymore.
That the original
The
video.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a typo in that video, and something happened where we were just trying to remove it, that version, and re-upload it. We accidentally deleted it, and it's gone forever.
Gone forever now.
So
It's actually not. Surprise Radio, the first time I ever featured you, I used that video, and I can cut that out and send it to you.
Oh!
Can you please send that to
Yeah.
us?
I will
I need
absolutely
that.
send that to you, and that's why I asked.
Yes, please. I need that.
Cool. Cool.
I think what is up now is that we did a lyric video for it.
Yeah, we did a lyric.
Once
And
the
there's a
album came
live
out.
one too, I think.
Was it a live one or was it one of those?
I thought it was a studio one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did a studio one with Machine Shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that one for Smother too. I think we did like an actual lyric video for when the song came out. It was like a lyric visualizer or something like that. But yeah, that was about it for that one. Because
we had 2 videos. Remember, we had 2 videos. Same set.
we did.
We had one, and
We had 2 lyric videos. If you look at it all together, we had
2 lyric videos and then 1 official video. The one where we were like doing the house party thing.
Yeah, it clicks and it was dead. The one guy was jamming.
The one guy.
Which is so clicks.
That was the most East Texas shit ever.
Yes,
like,
it was.
in its fullness.
In its fullness.
Even like.
Oh yeah, we had to take that one down. There was too many cringe moments for us on that one.
Oh.
Now
it was like the very first music video we did.
Well.
And we were like, okay, yeah, house party, like that type of vibe. And we had let people know, and a lot of people came over, and a lot of people
got way too drunk
or way too like whatever. And so it was like a house party. So while we're shooting in the next room, there's people like passed out on the couch and on the floor. And
good times, man. Good
half
times.
the people didn't even get to be in the video because they were too fuckered. So, oh well.
That's great. So I know that you guys just signed to
Sharp Tone Records.
Sharp Tone Records, baby.
Sharp Tone. They're one of the when I look for stuff to feature, a lot of times I'll go to some of those types of YouTube channels because they do a lot of good, and Sharp Tone is definitely one of the ones that I really personally like. So I'm glad that you guys like them too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were big Sharp Tone fans before we ever even thought about talking to them. So to be part of the label and hopefully, keeping the reputation that they have of like finding good bands and signing good new bands and young bands. Hopefully we can keep that going, keep that up, and make them proud,
You definitely fit the Sharp Tone family. You guys are awesome, and so is the label.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
We love Sharp Tone, honestly. Like all the bands on there, we've been religiously jamming pretty much.
Yeah.
And to even just be like looking back at it and thinking about it now, like fast forwarding till now, it's still it feels so like I can't even put the right word on it.
Honestly.
Yeah, surreal.
It's surreal. Yeah, very, very surreal. Because when there's a label that you like all the bands from and look up to, and then to actually be working with them, it really is humbling for sure.
That's why I always ask about dream labels. So I'm glad that you guys were able to get on yours. Did you have any other sponsors you wanted to shout out or anything?
What else we got?
What sponsors?
Yeah.
Sponsors, SE Electronics.
Yeah, SE Electronics for show.
We've been using all SE Electronics as far as like mics for what we use, and it definitely has like really helped us like nail down our sound and being mic'd up the right way.
For sure. Everything just sounds so much better with SEs, and we're on in-ear rigs, so it's very important that we have good mics that are making good sounds so we can hear ourselves and perform as good as we can. But we started using the SEs on Nothing More tour.
September.
Use them all tour. Just did a Silly Goose tour of Silly Goose. Use them all SEs the entire tour, and they're just the perfect mics, I think. So big shout out to SE for helping us make it through.
Yes.
So I know that you guys play covers sometimes live, and one of your earliest songs was a Post Malone cover that you put out. Do you guys ever want to do any more covers that you put out, or are you just going to kind of leave those for live shows?
There is one cover we've been talking about.
Yes. Like we could get off this phone after this interview and go to the computer. It started right now. I guarantee you we can finish it. Yeah. There's a few. There's one in particular that we want to at least record. So
we actually we so then we had another cover.
We had another cover.
We have a couple of covers, but we have one that's ready. Right before we signed to Sharp Tone, we were working on a Thursday compilation album with a band that we ended up having to unfortunately back out of because it was just
the logistics and everything
with the EP and everything. But we have a Thursday cover. So
from the Full Collapse album.
Yeah, Full Collapse. For all you Thursday fans out there.
Yes. Love Thursday.
Do you have any upcoming tours or singles or EPs that you want to shout out? I know that you're going to play a show with Unity TX here soon.
Yeah. In about like what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, December 22nd at Trees in Dallas. We'll be supporting Unity, and it's just gonna be an absolutely bonkers show. We've been wanting to play Trees forever. That place is legendary. Sure,
is this your first time at Trees?
Yeah, it's our first time at Trees.
Very exciting.
You know like what happened to Nirvana and
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I used to watch that video very, very often.
So, you know, to be able to play there, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
My first time there was actually just last year. Even being 44, my first time ever at Trees was just last year to see Sumo Psycho.
Oh, okay, cool. Now I've known about Trees for a while. Like I've played there years ago with a former band that I was in, but it's been like what, 7 years, 8 years since I played Trees. So I mean, it's a lot vastly different now. We've seen a lot of our favorite bands at Trees too. So
yeah, we saw Failure at Trees. Like that was the last show we went. No.
Yeah. No.
Didn't we see Alpha Wolf after?
That was before. We saw Alpha Wolf.
We saw Norma Jean.
And then we saw Norma Jean with Grey Haven. I think before, it was in March. Yeah, it was before the Failure show. Yeah, so Failure was the last band we saw there. And that was a sonically like beautiful show. Like I literally almost was in tears. It was so
stupidly good. Like
I like Failure.
So amazing.
That's probably one of the best shows just ever.
Yeah. If our bass player was here and we were talking about Failure, it doesn't matter where he's at in the room or in the house or whatever.
He'll stop. What are you talking about? Failure? Dude loves Failure. We love Failure. And getting to see them was a
dream come true for sure.
That was a like religious experience.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So do you have a favorite tour or venue that you've either played at or been on?
One I do have to say is what was that one in Little Rock?
The Hall, I think.
The Hall, yeah, in Little Rock, Arkansas. That venue is fantastic.
The crowd
went
weird,
nuts.
like weirdly nuts.
It was the second show on the tour, and it was the first time we had anybody ever crowd surf at our shows.
Yeah,
and they just kept coming. So it was definitely the most like high energy.
And then another really cool one was the Fillmore in Charlotte.
Fillmore in Charlotte, yeah, that was dope.
Like Prince has played there, Willie Nelson, just so many people have been there. To see them all, that was pretty crazy. We played like a really small place in Nashville.
The End.
And
yeah, that venue.
A ton of bands have played there too.
So many bands, like they're all like lined up on the wall, and you see all the band names, and like Paramore's been there.
Yeah. Nothing More they used to play there back when they were getting in their earlier days. And Johnny from Nothing More, he came out to see us at that show, and he was like, "Man, it's crazy. Like, haven't been here in forever." But his band played there, and it's one of those places, you know, a legendary like proving grounds. You know, you gotta play those type of shows. And
yeah, definitely.
I don't know, man. We played so many cool places now. It's like
House of Blues Orlando was
Orlando was crazy.
That was still one of my favorite shows of 2023. Like
House of Blues those are cool venues, but they always have so many stairs and like just
they do, don't they?
This one had an elevator.
Oh, that's
the House of Stairs. There was one we played where our our green room was like at the top, like in the like three
Yeah,
floors
it was
up in the
3
very
floors up.
back. So we like had to go up and down the stairs probably what
It was
20 or 30
it
times
was
that day.
extremely brutal.
The
I actually
next
thought
day,
about
all of
that
us were like,
when I
"Oh, our
saw y'all in
legs are
Houston.
hurting."
When I saw y'all in
Yeah.
Houston and y'all were up on the roof, I thought about that. I'm like, dude, do all these bands have to tote this shit up and down steps like
Yes.
this?
The
Yeah.
answer is yes.
Yeah, I think that was like the one show where we ended up we had to load our gear in on the elevator.
The
And then
worst loadout though, New Orleans was insane.
that was
dude.
brutal.
Holy crap.
We literally had to do a speed run on loading out. We had to load everything out. The elevator broke, so we had to go down, carry everything down the stairs, go outside, put it all together. One person always had to be outside to watch.
I was not prepared for New Orleans, like, and how high, like how lit it was, like everybody there was going to be.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people, and
We literally pulled the van and trailer up, and as soon as we pulled it up, it was speed run and go road runner. Like that was literally the fastest loadout we've ever had. It was like,
yeah, because it was
less
like
than
do
5
that
minutes.
or probably somebody's gonna mess with your stuff. And then
Yeah.
we got $140 parking ticket. So
Yeah.
that was the only time that has happened so far though.
Yeah. That one threw us a loop. Because you
New
gotta
Orleans
pay for a
was
parking
crazy.
spot for the van and the trailer.
No
So,
shit.
Yeah. We found that out the hard way.
Suppose
We
speaking,
knew that.
We
but
knew that.
our tour manager forgot. So it's okay.
It's okay.
It happens. Yeah, he was dealing with a lot, so
oh
he
no.
forgot to pay, like, just with the show and parking and trying to get
He
back.
was definitely still the MVP of the day. Like,
yeah, he literally like
he took it like a champ.
he made the past 2 tours happen seamlessly. So shout out to Aaron.
Speaking of tours, do you have any tour mates that you just really want to go on a tour with? They could be buddies or they can be like just a big name that you want to play with.
Oh yeah, definitely Dead Poet
Well,
Bros.
yeah, Dead Poet Society is first and foremost on the list. Like,
And then some Sharp Tone bands. We gotta do some Sharp Tone bands.
oh yeah,
Loathe,
Holding Absence,
Caskets. You know, August Burns Red,
Mice and Men.
Mice and Men.
There's a new one that's on Sharp Tone called Covey.
Oh yeah, Better Lovers. Dude.
Better Lovers, yes, please.
Can't forget Better Lovers.
They're one of my favorites on Sharp Tone right now, and it's because like I caught on late to Dillinger Escape Plan, and I've always been a Every Time I Die fan, and so like the marrying of the two worlds, like it's
like a match made in heaven. That's like one of those.
We're living in a time right now where like two worlds are colliding, and they're doing it pretty damn well. Like I want, even if we don't like I say like we want to tour with them and we want to make that happen any way possible. But even if I just got to just watch them,
like, be worth it.
It would be 100% worth it.
And then I mean, then we'll shout out. We'll say there's some Texas bands like that we should tour with, like Colorblind, Kingdom Collapse, all of our buddies from Texas.
Yeah,
you know, tour with Unity would be fire.
Yeah,
I feel like people wouldn't expect that to go off, but I feel like it would.
I think
I feel like everybody will find out for themselves. December 22nd, Trees in Dallas.
Yes, y'all should definitely go to Trees in Dallas for that show because I play Unity TX on my station. I play Post Profit on my station, and I can tell you that those are some of the most energetic, fun bands that you're going to listen to today. Anything that you guys want to say to your fans before we call it a day?
Yeah, make sure you all go stream and download and do whatever to our new EP that's out on major platforms right now: Spotify, Apple Music,
Self Defeater out now via Sharp Tone Records, available worldwide. Why?
Post Profit, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you guys have a great show on the 22nd and a great rest of your year, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too, man. Thank you.